Hi guys, Michael, the GM from Pioneer Point here. First of all, Ramadan Mubarak to all of those celebrating and fasting at the moment. I'm here with Ijaz. So Ijaz and I are going to have a little conversation about training while you're fasting. Ijaz, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
First of all, Ijaz, how have you found the first few days of Ramadan? Because I've seen you've been training yourself as well while fasting. How have you found it yourself?
I found it's quite difficult to train in the way that I normally train outside of fasting. So my strength has gone down. There's certain lifts that I do that I'm not able to lift as much or lift as many reps. So I've kind of taken it down a notch. I'm doing less intense training, but I still get a good workout in. I still get a good pump, and I'm still okay at the end of the workout that I can wait until I can eat again.
Can I ask, I've fasted once before in my life,
Okay.
and I found it really difficult. Does fasting, not just fasting and training, does fasting get easier as the month goes on, or is every day quite challenging?
Yeah, it gets easier because the first few days, I found it quite hard. But we do it differently than you. So you probably didn't wake up at 4 a.m. to eat.
No, I didn't. No.
So it's different for that in that regard. But it does get easier because you know that you're getting used to it. You're getting used to the training. You're getting used to the dehydration, and you're getting used to the intensity of a workout and waiting for the food, waiting for drinking, anything like that.
You know, that's something I don't really think about. When you're fasting, it's less food and less water during the day, but it's also less sleep, isn't it? Because you have to wake up at what time to open your fast?
4 a.m.
And then
you
pray.
eat. Yeah, you pray and you eat, and then I guess about 5 a.m. is when you can't do anything anymore. So you can't eat and drink anymore.
Wow.
You have until before 5 a.m.
So what's your sleeping schedule at the moment?
So this is after the hour change, so increase.
So say from today,
Yeah.
what would your sleeping pattern look like?
So iftar would be around 7:30. So I'd eat around 7:30.
Iftar is when you break your fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have about 40 minutes. So we'd pray after we eat, and then we'd have about 40 minutes till we have to pray again. So in that 40 minutes, I'd do some reading or Quran worship in that way. And then there's another voluntary prayer we do after that. That takes about 40 minutes in total, both prayers. And then I'll try and go to sleep.
And what time is it now?
About 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah. Because sleep is more important than training to me. Because there's no point training if you're not going to recover from training.
Exactly, yeah.
So, given that you have to wake up at 4-ish, and I sleep around 9:30 to 10, that still gives me around 6 hours sleep. So my sleep is still being prioritized.
Okay. What kind of foods would you recommend to someone that's still training while they're fasting?
Okay. I would recommend slow energy release foods. You can research them, but what I've found that help is some toast, maybe eggs as well, because you should still be getting some protein in.
Yeah. Does it matter to you if it's white or brown bread at the moment?
I eat brown. It's been instilled in me to eat brown all the
bread.
time.
Yeah.
So toast, eggs, cereal, oats, for example. You can also have rice. All of those are really good options.
Yeah.
Make sure you also drink a lot of water during that time. Maybe coconut water to give you more electrolytes as well.
Nice. How much water do you think you get in that window where you can eat?
Probably about 1.5 liters is what I drink. I don't know about others though.
So, another important question then, how do you advise people to train while they're fasting?
If you're training while you're fasting, I would use it as a time to work on your technique a bit more. Maybe lower the weight, because you're never going to be able to go as intense. If you're doing the most common split is a PPL split.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, I would change it to.
For those that don't know, what is a PPL split?
So push-pull legs.
Yeah.
So you're training your push muscles one day, pull muscles another day, and then legs. I would do something like chest one day, back another day, legs another day, arms another day, shoulders another day. That's how I would do it.
When you're not fasting or when you are?
When you are fasting.
When you are fasting. And how about in terms of the actual exercises that you choose?
Yeah, so I would do, for example, on a leg day, I wouldn't go straight into something heavy or like a compound movement. I'll start with like the basic isolation stuff, and like the adductors, abductors, hamstring, leg extension, and then I'll go to something like a hat squat. But I do it because I've done those isolation first. I can now justify doing less weight in a hat squat.
So it's almost like a pre-exhaust.
Yeah.
So you're isolating using the pin-loaded kit.
Yeah.
One muscle in the leg, moving on to another muscle in the leg, isolating, breaking down all the muscles in the leg, and then finishing with a lightweight compound exercise.
Yeah. So I would basically do the opposite of what people are doing right now. Everyone's doing like compound first and then isolation. I do it the other way when they're fasting. So you can justify doing less weight.
Yeah.
You can justify going not as intense.
How about, say for example, if you're doing back day, then how would that differ? Back day. Say if it is a push or a pull day. So I think when you're training legs, isolating different muscles, because there's so many muscles in the legs, it's easy to do. Say you're doing a push day, how would you isolate before doing compounds on a push day?
Okay. So I'll do like cable flies first,
Yeah.
or a pec fly machine, and then we have like a conversion chest press. I'll do that as well, and then I'll move on to a lighter version of a dumbbell press. So like I wouldn't go as heavy. But also when people are training during fasting, I would advise using pin-loaded equipment
Yeah.
as your priority, and then I'd move on to plate-loaded equipment, and then I'd move on to free weight like barbells or dumbbells, because it's less daunting to like have to put plates on and have to grab dumbbells.
And these are things people don't think about. That little moment in between sets where you're changing the weight is still your body using energy, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And you've got less reserves for the actual exercise.
Yeah.
I think that's probably something people don't think about.
Yeah, I could definitely not be bothered to like grab a 20 kg plate 3 times for a hat squat. I'd rather just like grab one, knowing I did my isolation first, so I'm still getting more out of the hat squat and focusing on my technique.
You know, I'm always interested in people's psychology and their mind. How do you feel like maybe training and fasting has an impact on maybe your psychology or your focus? Does it help, or does it make it more challenging?
I think it like depends what time you fast. So for me, I mean what time you train.
Yeah.
So for me, I train just before iftar. So for me, I can still train intense because I know that when I finish my workout, 10 minutes later I'm able to go and eat. So like I have that like reward in my mind. 10 minutes later, after I do this intense workout, I can like reward myself.
Yeah, I think props to the people that train in the morning, because I know there's people fasting at the moment that their routine has not broken. They train before work, they go to work, and then they're breaking their fast in the evening. I think that's well done to those guys. Any last piece of advice you can give anyone?
Probably, it's like I said before, just use it as a time to focus on your technique. A lot of people, they come to me and they say that my gains are going to be lost. I'm going to lose all my gains if I don't train this way. But it doesn't work like that. It's not going to happen. You'll be better off focusing on your technique, because when you come back from fasting and like when it's over, the weight, like you'll be able to go to a heavier weight and you'll have better technique. The amount of progress you make after will be more than if you didn't focus on your technique, because now you're training your muscle in a better way.
Guys, if you have any questions about training while you're fasting, please do hit up Ijaz. He is here. His number's on the board if you have any questions. Ijaz is also running a donation collection. So if you have anything that you want to donate, it's going to go to the homeless. Food, clothes, any day-to-day things that people need. He is collecting collections. So make sure you come and find myself or Ijaz about that. Thank you guys for listening.